At the beginning of this year, all right, testing. This talking over the mic shit is not something I'm used to, but all right. At the beginning of this season, I made a promise to myself. That promise was just posting every single game highlights that I had for each game. So we had like 22 games this year. So I promised myself that I would clip up whatever highlights I could find from that game and just post it on my Instagram. At first, that promise seemed very small and insignificant. Like it was already something I was gonna do. I was already gonna clip my highlights regardless for just my recruitment and everything. But at the same time, posting it kind of made it something more than what it was. It's funny how little promises you make to yourself can have such a big positive outcome on you and your life. Outcomes the world may not find value in, but the person that kept their promises, these outcomes are invaluable. To fully understand like the importance or the significance of this promise, I'll have to like kind of start the beginning. So growing up, having a hoop mixtape or a basketball mixtape or a highlight tape was like having a stamp of approval, especially if somebody else made it for you and they posted it. Accounts like Balls Life, Hoop Diamonds, Home Team Hoops, and if you're from the Bay Area, you know Yay Area's finest. The music, the quick cuts, the slow-mo plays, it was like watching art to me. Players as the artists alongside editors as the directors. Before games, I used to watch guys' highlights tapes like Colin Sexton, the Jalen Browns, the Stanley Johnsons, the list goes on. Shit would get me hyped before games, I won't lie. Like it's almost like you kind of envision yourself being that entity, that person, and it made me feel like I was able to do a lot more than maybe I could have done, especially at my skill level at the time. Editors had a way of matching the song to the player's style. There was a rhythm, and the players danced to it. They were the best tapes in my opinion. The tapes where the song played to the tune of the crossover and each dunk slammed to the beat of the bass or drum. I was just as interested in the edits as I was the highlights themselves. Like to this day, like if I find a song I'm very interested in or like I imagine myself hooping to the rhythm of the song. Like I do that almost all the time. So it was just something that's always kind of been in me. I wasn't really the most well-known hooper growing up, so I didn't really get as many, or I didn't get any highlight tapes really, honestly, besides the one my friend made for me. Shout out Roel. But this led me to making my own, the first one being created for my last 2 years in college. I enjoyed the process of making them. I developed an interest in media because of it. So back to the topic of the video. This was my first why. It's just something I enjoy doing. Like, if you enjoy the consumption of something, why not learn how to do it yourself? You may find a new passion. So, hey, if you're listening, bro, go chase it, bro. Like, if you enjoy something, figure out how to do it yourself. And I guarantee you, like, you'll start to find a new passion in life. Find something else you enjoy in life. So isn't that kind of what we're all kind of here for? To live the life that we want ourselves. The second reason why was a stamp of approval or recognition. I am now a professional basketball player. I went to public school and to a Division II college. I never really had much recognition for my game outside of the people that shared the court with me. Nobody was looking to make a mixtape for Eche Okeke. So unless you saw it with your eyes, you didn't see it. The high flying, the defense, the will to win, and now shot making. Shot making. Niggas getting to it now. But the moral story is I was waiting for people to stamp my game the way they stamped others with mixtapes. I had to realize that you can't wait for anybody else's stamp. You got to stamp yourself first. You got to approve of yourself first. And that's a lot harder than people realize. Now, let's get to what I've learned, the lessons, the invaluables. I posted all 22 regular season games. I quickly got reminded slow days exist. Not every good play is a flashy bucket. So, of these two things, slow days, separate self from basketball. I had to fight against the perception that if I didn't feel the stat sheet, I didn't have a good game. This notion plagues athletes in all sports. Posting these games shifted my perspective. I learned to find ways to impact the game that didn't show up on the stat sheet. I play basketball because I enjoy it, not because of stats. Not every good game or not every good play is flashy. Oh, that's the next thing. Sorry. We'll get back to that. I play basketball because I enjoy it, not because of stats. That's lesson one. Separate yourself from basketball. All right? Like, or whatever your passion is, separate yourself from your passion. If you like to draw and you just made a shitty drawing, like that doesn't have any indication on the person that you are at all. So like that was my biggest problem. I would have a bad game and I would think, fuck, like I would let it ruin days, hours of like life that I could be living, life that I could be enjoying because I'm worried about the past, something that already happened and I can't change. Not every good play is flashy. 22 games, 40 minutes games. If you are lucky enough to be healthy all season, that's 880 minutes of possible game time. You'll be lucky to have 3 minutes of pure highlights at the end of the year, but that doesn't necessarily mean you didn't make good decisions all year. And honestly, the 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 best highlights are the bad decisions that end up working out. Shooting a shot over two people and making it, or throwing a risky pass and it getting through. But it's like the good decisions are the things that go unnoticed. So with this, I learned to put more value in decision making than flashiness. I learned that a charge is a great highlight, or is a good decision. Making one more pass is a good decision. Just playing defense with all your effort, that's always a great decision, right? Your shot making is not always gonna be what's sought after, right? It's all the other little things, right? Only one person can shoot the ball. There's 9 other people on the court. So if all your highlights are with you with the ball or with you making a shot, I wouldn't say like you're not doing anything, but I think you need to switch your perspective and see what else you can be doing on the court when you don't have the ball, or when you do have the ball, the decisions that you're making, right? But yeah, simple basketball. Like that's what I learned. Simple basketball is key. Kind of my final thoughts on this is just like with that small promise, I learned that little things can have big outcomes. Like that little promise pushed me into a very uncomfortable situation where like I would have a bad game and I would look through it and it's like, dang, I only have three buckets this game. Like, is it worth posting? Or we just had a tough loss. Like, do I still want to post? But at the end of the day, you kind of have to realize that those two things are separate, and it's only really you that's making it one thing, or making it feel like it's one thing. Like, as long as you're still going out there and doing your job, playing hard all the time, like, you shouldn't worry about how you should be acting off the court according to how you played or how the game went. So yeah, just embrace the uncomfortable. Like that was uncomfortable for me to post a game where I only scored a certain amount of points and having to really look through it and find other ways I impacted the game. And it opens your eyes. Like you become your biggest fan. That's one thing. I became my biggest fan. I don't know how many times I went back through all 22 of those games and really looked at my film and was like, damn, like I've gotten better. You know what I mean? So that's another thing. Like when you get to see yourself play basketball, it's a different perspective. You get a different perspective on yourself. I don't know how many times I shot a shot in the game and then I went back and I watched it on the film and it looks crazy. But to me, that was easy. You know what I mean? Like from my perspective in that moment, it didn't look as crazy as that. Or a play maybe crazy I did in my mind, like that was a crazy play, and I go back and watch it. I'm like, oh, it was just a normal play. But it's just you kind of have to. It's dope to look at and see other perspectives of what you've experienced. Seek good and you'll find good. So on those bad days, on those bad games, I had to actively seek to find out the good things I did. And then you start to see that there's a lot more good than you realize. Right? Like in your mind, when you make a bad decision, you're only thinking about the bad decisions you made. But you may have made three good decisions beforehand, but it may not have shown up on the stat sheet. Or it may not have caught the eye of the average fan or the average person watching the game. But to other people, it may have been very, very, very important, right? Context. So like all that matters. Context, perception, or perspective, not perception. Perspective, all these things, like it matters. And that's one thing I've learned. Like I think I'm just rambling on at this point, but we'll look through this film and see what we're gonna say, or what we're gonna cut out, and what we're gonna keep. This is Eche starting his little. I don't know what he's starting, but he's just doing shit at this point. Keep going, E. Last thing for real. The only stamp of approval that matters is yours. Last thing. The only stamp of approval that matters is yours. Do your passion, but never at the detriment of others. Alright? Do your passion, but never at the detriment. Detriment. I have trouble saying that word for some reason, but never at the detriment of others. Alright? Love always.